Good
Morning.
morning. Hey guys.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I see some of our boot campers here today. I see some of the mentors here today too. Harry Diamond. Hola. Funny, Eric, your ears must be ringing. They're just talking about you. Good morning. Good morning. Some of our next little mastermind people. Shailene. Where is everyone listening in from? So I know Shailene, you're up in the Carolinas. Where is everyone else listening in from? That's the question. Boca, okay. Marco Island, Naples. Wow, okay. I feel like some of you guys are still on vacay, maybe. Good morning. Good morning.
All right, guys. Get started in
Coming
just a
away.
moment.
Hey, Bryce and Lucy, okay. Look, we got people from everywhere today.
I know, I know. Welcome, guys. Happy to have you. Super pumped. We took a week off, so we're super pumped.
Out of doubt. All right, so what'd you guys eat more, hot dogs or hamburgers?
Hot dogs and hamburgers.
What is it? What'd you guys eat more?
That's funny. Oh man. Had some good steak, I think it was. Yeah, good steak last night.
Okay.
Not your typical hot dog hamburger situation, but it's okay. It was a travel day for me, and that was my first mistake. Don't
That
travel on a holiday.
is
Don't
true.
travel on a holiday, you guys, and get global entry. That's all I have to say. I had the other one. I had the other one, but not global entry.
Oh,
It's like,
yeah.
I only go out of the country maybe once a year, so it's like you forget by the next time you go out of the country. But it's
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
Lessons are learned. Lessons are learned every time. Every time. Can't avoid it. But you guys, okay, ribs and chicken, love that. That sounds phenomenal. Lawanda, where was the invite? No, I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
right?
I'm just kidding. I hope you guys had a great weekend and, at least took a moment to reflect on the brave men and women who fight and have fought and are fighting and all the things, all the above. So thank you all for your service and appreciate you guys and hope that you got a nice little break. We really appreciated you guys, having that break with us and happy to have you guys back. We're super happy to be back. And today, we have a webinar for Next Million Mastermind, our in-house mastermind here. So welcome everybody. Happy Tuesday. We're back in action here. This is Alexa, CEO, COO at BPM RIA. See, already a week and I'm calling myself the
Yeah, you are. You're the
CEO.
boss.
Oh gosh, guys. But we do have the amazing Anish Dave, the CEO of BPM RIA, one of the founders of Nextmo Mastermind. He's going to be discussing this awesome topic that you see on the screen here. It sounds super real estate related, and that's on purpose, you guys. We are always mixing it up, and we really do want to highlight and focus on mindset for a bit. We're getting halfway through the year. It gets a little tough with the summer breaks and the kids getting off school and all the things going on, all the moving parts. You want to go on vacation, you have your business. There's so much going on. And so I think that it's really important that we focus a bit on mindset. As you know, mindset is almost everything. It trickles into every single thing we do. So we're going to talk about how to get unstuck, the three reasons why you're not growing, and how to break through with Initiative. And I'm really excited about this topic. So to get us started on a super positive note, we will be raffling a $2,000 discount to our mastermind membership. So somebody in here will get a $2,000 little bonus that we are super happy to give to one lucky winner. The way that you enter this raffle, all you need to do is text the word million to the phone number you see on the screen. It is 954-250-6777. So go ahead and text that word to that phone number that you see on the screen. I'm going to put the details in the chat for you guys, and you will get $2,000 off the mastermind. It is an amazing, incredible offer, and you guys will see why there's so much value in the mastermind by the end of this webinar. So stay with us, and I will announce the winner at the very end, and details are in the chat for you guys. So my favorite way to keep up with the Next Mill Mastermind events is via text. It's super easy and super convenient. It's going to be texting NMM, the acronym for Next Mill Mastermind, to 954-250-6777. And that is going to be, can't with you, Monty, stop it. That is going to be an easy way to keep up with events with Next Mill Mastermind. You'll get the text message straight to your phone with the little registration link, little reminder, the dates, all that good stuff. Super convenient and easy. We love it. So get locked into the text list. And then, of course, you're going to want to go to our website, get plugged in on social media, get plugged in on Instagram. I'm going to drop all the links in the chat for you guys. We're also on YouTube. That's where you'll find the event replays, on LinkedIn, all the places. So dropping all the links in the chat for you guys to get connected with us in all places, but highly, highly recommend that you join our private Facebook group if you haven't already. That's going to be the first link that I dropped in the chat there at the very top. I'll make sure to put it in again for anyone that's trickling on in here. But you guys, I have to mention to get in the private Facebook group, because that's where all of our members, our active members are. Any of our past members, they're all going to be hanging out in that group as well. So if you're thinking of joining, if you want to get collaboration going, you're definitely going to want to get in that private Facebook group. And so, oh, there it is. Sorry, guys. The link to finding our events, to apply, to get connected, to book a call with one of the founders, please go to the website, dropping the link in the chat right now. For any of you guys that have been following us for some time, you haven't applied yet, you're thinking about applying, just go apply. Applying is not going to guarantee that you're going to get in the mastermind, but it will get you in touch with one of the founders so that you can ask questions directly and that you can start getting connected with them. So I will go ahead and stop sharing now, because I will be I will be here for you guys in the webinar. I'll be here to make sure your questions get answered. I'll be putting helpful links in the chat, but Anish, he's going to be sharing all of the little nuggets that he gets through all of the different masterminds and events and networking, and all of the experience that he's had for, like, gosh, hate to do this to you, Nish, but like the last 20 years, like, you've been in the game for so long. And that's what the real value is having you as one of the founders of Next Mill Mastermind, that all of the people in this webinar and the members, all the other founders too, can really get so much value just from having you on the team, because you do invest so much into yourself. And that's why I've always looked up to you, and I really just try to pay attention to everything you do and all the moves that you make, because you have such great relationships. You've been able to just, go above and beyond for your clients, for the students, for all the members. So I'm really excited to hear what you have going on today. But just so you guys know, we have a Q&A box. We do have a Q&A box. It's in the Zoom menu. Look in your Zoom menu, it says Q&A, little question mark there. Please put your questions in there for Anish, because he's probably gonna just like go, 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 go. So if you guys don't have questions, you better put them in. We want to make sure we don't miss any questions. So please put those questions in. We'll be chatting with you guys in the chat, and I'm excited for what we have going on today. So thank you for coming on, Anish, and for taking the
Thanks.
time. And you guys, please check this out on YouTube later on for review.
Absolutely. Thank you, Alexa. And I hope everyone had a great weekend. As Alexa's saying, it's almost, I can't believe half the year is already gone. And again, a lot of times we're stuck in our business life, our financial life, all the above, and it's really just mindset. So today I'm pretty happy about doing this webinar for you guys. Also, as Alexa put, if to stay in the loop, make sure you text in NMM for our events, and we'll get started now too. So, so the question is, what do you want, right? And how many guys want to make more money, right? How many guys are feeling stuck because your business isn't making enough money or you don't know how to grow it bigger? Give me a yeah, buddy. I just want to make sure you guys are still alive out there. And if not, okay, some of you guys are. Okay, Lawanda, yep, okay. Oof, I just want to make sure. Esther, Mike, okay, yep, Monty, I hear you. Right? And then how many guys want less stress? Right? Where, where else has a business working long hours or missing your family that's making you super stressed, right? You're too much stress. How many guys want less stress? Give me a yeah, buddy. Okay, some of you guys, okay. And how many guys, right, are one person show? Whose business is structured in a way that doesn't allow you to be sick or it doesn't allow you to go on vacation without everything falling apart, right? And what I mean by that is you leave, you make no money, right? So even Alexa was gone for a week and the business was still running because it's all about a team, right? And how many guys want to be with a community of like-minded people, right? Entrepreneurship can be lonely. Who can relate with that? Who wants to join a community of people who really get it, aiming for big changes in their business and life? Okay. All right. That's what I want to hear too. Also, and throughout the webinar, I might throw up some questions out there too. For example, like I'm just curious, how many guys are actually in a mastermind, was in a mastermind? Just kind of was curious to see what we got going on here, our audience. Okay, some of you guys have been. Okay, some guys are curious. Okay, little bit of everything. So who am I? So my name is Anish Dave, and I know some of you guys, I see a lot of familiar faces. I'm the owner of BPM RIA, the approved chapter for National RIA. I'm a licensed real estate mortgage broker, a realtor, and also real estate investor trainer, right? I've closed well over $250 million in real estate deals. So as Alexa said, I'm getting a little bit older, right? So I've been in the business for a little bit. I've also part of PAC, the professional athletic community, and the Miami Dolphins Business Combine. These are ex-athletes. I am their professional wholesaler, rehabber, housing expert. I was also on NBC's Money Chat. I was the first guest for the housing portion, which was pretty cool. And I've also done millions of dollars in profit sharing with students in our coaching program. And I'm also a board member of National RIA. So that's some of the things that I've been up to. Okay, so also I do see a lot of you guys are okay, interested in the mastermind. That's pretty cool too. So the other thing that's happened with me, right, is that I've spent well over, gosh, I think lifetime wise, at least three or $400,000 in masterminds, coaching, mentoring, all the above. Some of you guys know if you guys have been on the webinars for me, I made a lot of money in real estate investing from 2001 to 2008 until the crash, and I wound up losing everything. And it was the real estate wholesaling, rehabbing portion that actually got me back to the life that I live, which includes traveling all around the country, traveling the world with my wife, my dad, being part of PAC. And the most important thing about this is its mindset, right? So I had to change what's going on in here. I wasn't smarter all of a sudden. I just realized that I need to really get better on systems, which is really big. Have a vision, right? So those are all important things for me too. So it's just That mindset really made me go from being broke and file bankruptcy to being living the life that I get to live today, which allows me to travel. The other Fab Five guys, right? We are the Fab Five. If you guys know who this is, these are the other guys. No, I'm kidding, right? That's a joke. Hopefully, you guys are laughing. I could hear you guys laughing, right? No, the other guys, right, are uh, it's Sean from the left, Francisco, Viju, and Jim, right? So what have we done as a team? So we've done well over $1 billion in real estate transactions, right? Jim and Viju are the owners of Drea. Francisco Mago is our super IT guy, information systems, and the owner of ReaFax. We realize between us, we have over 100 years of real estate experience. And then we have a massive network in the real estate industry, of course. Between Sean, Viju, and Francisco, we have over 50 years of tech experience. And Sean's also a certified business hypnotist. And also, he has over 14 years of social media experience. So we're a little bit different. I know some of you guys are in different masterminds. With us, we have 5 different people that are experts in their industry. Most masterminds that I've been in, it's usually the one person running it, great people in there, and there's not as many experts out there. So, how many guys are hustling? You guys are hustling, but feel stuck? Put in the chat. It's not burnout structure, right? You've taken courses, you hired coaches, bought tools, right? Many of you guys. How many guys the revenue's flat or inconsistent? And how many of you guys realize that their tasks are piling up, but nothing moves the needle? You just got that to-do list, and that's it, right? So it's not, what I always tell everyone, it's not your work ethic, it's your strategy. It's no clarity. Yeah, Monty, I hear you. Dysfunction, constantly. Yeah, exactly. No systems, right? How many guys have no systems? No accountability, right? These are certain things that happen all the time, right? So there's invisible barriers to growth also, right? So we talk about scattered vision, chasing too many things, right? How many guys are saying, I want to do this, that, everything, and then nothing happens? Broken systems, right? Tools with no integration. Or hey, yep, no focus. No accountability. You're the bottleneck, guys. You understand that, right? You're the reason this is what happens. So what we talk about, which is really important, is it's called the VSP model, right? Vision, systems, and people. So put in the chat. I'm just kind of curious. Does anyone have a vision? Like, what is your vision? Put in the chat. I want to make sure, I want to see if you guys, okay, some of you got, okay, freedom. Okay, I got it. So the key with vision, right, is you need a mission statement, your values, and purpose. What does that sound like? Go ahead, someone put in the chat what your mission is. I could tell you my mission is I am in the transformation business through real estate. I want you to go ahead and write it down, guys. This is going to be, I want you to write down. And again, you could try this out. I know some of you guys are saying, man, I don't know where to even work on this. Right? So I just put a quick poll question. Which of these moves the needle most for you? Right? So then the next part is the people. So as you start building your business, you need people, right? The solo entrepreneur world is tough out there, where you're just out there by yourself, right? So you need people to help implement your vision to grow, right? and design. So even at BPM RIA, we went from just Alexa and I to now we went to one VA, two VAs. Now we have three VAs. We have mentors also, right? We have four mentors also. And the idea is to keep growing, but we need the right people. And then the last thing, right, is systems, right? And when I say systems, it's gonna, to manage your money, your marketing, and your management. So if you're looking at this, right, and you'll see is that, okay, you have the right vision and the right people and those systems, what happens? What happens when you have the right vision, the right people, and no systems? It becomes chaotic. Well, what happens if you have the right people and the right systems and no vision? Where are you driving to? Right? They're all clueless. And then what happens if you have the right vision and systems and you have all the wrong people? Right? Nothing gets done. They're all in the wrong seats. So the sweet spot is right in the middle. Like if you look at this little section right here, this in the middle, that's what you're looking for. It's the interconnection. So which ones are you guys stuck in? Just do you have the vision, the wrong people and systems, or it could be all three, right? You never actually worked on it. Which one are you guys stuck with? Just curious. Okay, all three. Yep. Lawanda. Yep. And so as you're growing your business, I'm assuming that most of you guys are in real estate, trifecta. Yeah, Monty, I hear you. Is that you have to start working on the vision first. That's got to be the first thing. What's your purpose? So those are the questions you want to ask is like, what is your purpose? What are your values? What's your mission? And what I could tell you, it probably took me, gosh, I would say, I don't know, probably a half a day to figure out what the mission is, or vision, I should say. And the key is, so I'll tell you some of the mistakes I did make. I worked on this about 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, in a mastermind group, and worked really hard on it. And then I put it away in my virtual filing cabinet. What I mean by was is that I stopped looking at it. I said, "Oh my gosh." And I got confused, right? The next part is you have to have a system, right? On any kind of business. So on the real estate side, or even the RIA side, right? We have software, right? We have marketing, management, right? You can't, what I can tell you is, and I know some of you guys use systems like an Excel sheet. I'm going to tell you in most businesses, you're going to need some sort of CRM, without a doubt. The other thing that you're going to have is the people, right? So I could tell you, if you guys have been business owners, when I had the mortgage company, I hired many people that I just thought that were my friends, or they were my friends, I should say. And I thought they'd be good at it. And they were the wrong people. And I didn't find out until, 3, 5, 6 months, and then I had to fire them, right? And it cost me a lot of money. So what we do when you're in our Next Mill Mastermind group, we actually do the predictive index, right? So the predictive index is a real simple test. It's something like a disc, like the disc test, the personality test, and you figure out what comes easy to you, what comes to um, what you think other people think of you, and it's important to really have the right seats. And so what I mean is let's pick, the real estate business because that's what I'm in. And if I want to have an acquisition guy, I want to make sure the acquisition person is not patient because they'll never ask for the deal, right? You want them to be a go-getter. The acquisition guy at the same time is going to be terrible with the CRM. They're usually not detail oriented. Right. So what we want is the person that's taking the leads, you want them to be patient. So you want to build out those seats in your business in a way that what kind of person do you want first? You make them take the predictive index test, and then you fill that position. right? So there's an actual strategy of building out the right people. It's implementing and designing the right people with the right time. So how many guys have actually worked on uh, vision systems or have the right people with some thought? Put in the chat. I want to see if you guys have actually worked on a vision or systems or okay, some of you guys, yeah, okay. Jorge, not yet. Okay. So like Jorge, Monty, work in progress. So what's stopping you guys? Okay, some of you guys started processes. Okay. Right. So we have SOPs, right? Meaning standard operating procedures, especially with AI these days. If you guys are not using AI, you got to start using AI. It's going to make your life easier. So even internally, we talk about it, Alexa with our VAs, we have them all doing different things and we have standard operating procedures in case A, they leave, B, if they need to look at them again, right? So it makes a big difference in your business. Okay, Jorge, yeah, I hear you, right? So for you, it's having the right people in the right place. So again, it just depends on your business because I know Jorge is a real estate broker, is what position are you filling? And that's why it's important, right? So, if you want a $1 billion business, right, there's a growth blueprint, right? Vision, systems, people. So you need a clear structure for scaling, right? What is it? What do you really want to build? Do you want to build a quote unquote $1 billion business? Maybe you just want to build $100,000 business. Maybe you want to build $1 million business. You need to have that vision so you could start creating a structure for scaling. You need stable growth, right? With alignment. You got to have the right people and they have to know what's happening, right? So even internally, Alexa knows the vision of our company. She's on board, right? And it's used by top performing businesses, right? Everybody has to have this kind of blueprint, is what we tell everyone, right? The framework behind nearly every successful business I studied or worked with, it's pretty simple. Most entrepreneurs skip it. And without alignment across vision, systems, people, you're going to stay stuck in scale or chaos, right? So that's why for me, right, is does the business run without me? And that's the key, right? Having the right system. So as a solo entrepreneur, when just as a real estate agent or a mortgage person, when I didn't have a system or people, guess what? If I didn't close any deals, I didn't make any money. I was too busy, right? Being busy. How many of you guys can relate to me? I've been too busy to be busy. Yep. Some of you guys, okay. Okay. Yep. Right. And what I always tell everyone, right? Your vision, your North Star, it has to define what you're really building. And if you don't have the clarity or where you're going, you'll build busy work, not a business, right? You're gonna have a massive to-do list. Vision isn't just a mission, it's a mission statement, guys. It's knowing exactly what you want and building everything around that. Otherwise, you get burnout. It's missing structure. How many guys have burnout? Work you could delegate. Exactly, Jorge. I agree. The long-term clarity equals short-term confidence. What I always find interesting is people want to get somewhere, right? Imagine hopping in your car and just hoping you get there. I know you guys are going to tell me, hey, there's self-driving cars, you'll get there. But imagine that's what you're doing in your business life and your personal life. And then you got to guide your team and decisions. It's super important, right? So once you have that vision, the team has to know, why are we doing this? What's the purpose? So internally also, like our team at BPM RIA, Alexa's aligned. She knows that, hey, we have to have all these pieces so that we could have a good coaching program. We need all these pieces to have a good event, right? To run as many events that we've done at BPM RIA and Next Mill, it's because we have systems, right? Okay, we're going to come up with a topic. It's got to go on, our Facebook, our meetups, all the above, the bullet points, the emails. So once we get a topic, everyone on the team understands what has to happen. So how many guys are doing that with your business now, right? A lot of you guys, as solo entrepreneurs, we're not doing this. So systems, right? Your scaling engine, right, is what we used to call it. You got to create something repeatable and trackable workflows. Most entrepreneurs think they need to do more, but really they need better systems. Systems, generally speaking, can create freedom. When something works, you document it, automate it, right? Or delegate it. And that's how you scale it without breaking the bank, also, right? Is to get your time back. It eliminates chaos. And it also gets you consistent results. So it's just very important all the way through on getting consistent results. You gotta have a system. So that could be from software. I can't begin to tell you how many people I've seen that have businesses, and again, I'm going to use whether it's real estate or any business, and they don't have a solid CRM, right? A customer management system, right? It could be RA Black Book, go high level. It's a way to also build out workflows, right? So when we talk about workflows, we talk about sales funnels or follow-up, right? You'll start seeing, you probably, if you're getting our emails, you're on our follow-up system. We're telling you about events. And then you also need specific marketing towards it. So I think it's really important on the systems. And sometimes, right, the idea is even within our systems, we realize a lot of the work that we're doing, or even Alexa, those were virtual assistant jobs. And they are fantastic for that. For $5, $6, $7 an hour, you could get experts to run these systems for you. And then, the people, having the right people makes a big difference, right? You got to hire for values, train, right? For skill. You can't grow a big business with small thinking or doing everything yourself. You need people who align with your values, who take the initiative and help you stay in your zone of genius, right? You have to do the thinking. I always tell people that you can almost outsource everything except the vision, right? You got to build that team that frees you up. You have to make yourself replaceable. And you have to shift from operator to visionary, right? So you really have to, um, we always use the saying is don't work in your business, work over your business. Have the bird's eye all the way through, right? So again, which one are you guys having more trouble with? I see a lot of people saying all three. How many guys have actually worked on any of these, right? The vision, right? So the other thing is you got to stop guessing and start measuring. How many guys know what KPIs are? KPIs, key performance indicator, right? So you need a scorecard. We talk about that all the time in our business, right? This is how you keep track, right? If you don't know your numbers, you're flying blind. We keep a simple KPI scorecard inside the mastermind that tells us exactly where the business is stuck. We do this for our real estate business. Most breakthroughs come when people realize they've been tracking the wrong metrics. So on the real estate side, right, I always hear our students there, or the market feels this. And so one of the things that we like doing, whatever business it is, right, and again, I'm using the real estate side, is okay, I did this many mailings. Okay, great. I did probate mailings, I did 1,000. Well, how many people actually, called, right? So on the KPIs, right, how do you track that? You need a separate phone number. So for that mailing. So 1,000 mailings go out for probate, maybe 20 people called. Okay. Maybe five people said, I'm not in probate, don't ever call me again. Okay, that's okay too, right? Maybe you got 10 appointments, three under contract, and say two close, right? So that way you could figure out the 1,000 mailings. If I did it 3 or 4 times a year or four mailings, it costs me X amount. Then you could figure out what your cost per deal is. And so if you figure out that the mailings maybe cost you $3 or $4,000, but your cost per deal, meaning you closed the deal and you made 20 grand, right? So now you want that same mailings to go out there, right? You're on that ratio for every dollar I spent, I make $5 back. So you want to pour more gasoline on that. Again, you got to know your pipeline. The leads, offers, revenue. Again, this could be any business, any kind of marketing. You have to track your marketing. I see a lot of people, especially newbies, are not tracking any marketing, right? How many people are actually opening up your emails? How many people are responding to texts? Well, we always say what gets measured grows, right? So that's always important when it comes to it. What gets measured grows. So at Next Million Mastermind, when you're on these hot seats, right? So one of the things that we do during the hot seats is we're gonna have you do a presentation. So don't be worried. It's a the hot seats are about 45 minutes. And in the presentation, we want to see where you're at, right? We want to see what your next goals are. And then once you see your next goals, okay, now you come back, we do the presentation again, and we want to see what happened. Were you trying to get more deals? Were you getting more revenues? Where was your marketing really going? Are you doing any marketing? Otherwise, we've seen too many people, especially entrepreneurs, you're just throwing money at different things and not knowing if it's working or not by not tracking it. So a lot of times, especially on the real estate side, we're using our cell phones. How do we know that my marketing for probate versus pre-foreclosure works? Is it, am I doing billboards? Is it bandit signs? So you got to have these metrics. I know some of you guys are saying that, listen, I hate numbers. I hate doing this. You could have, this is a simple VA job. They could do that for you too. So again, KPIs are super important. In the Next Million Mastermind, we actually have something that helps you with your KPIs. How many of you guys actually have, put in the chat, actually have KPIs? You actually are tracking what you do. Put in the chat. I'm kind of curious to see where you guys are at. Don't know where your numbers are, right? Okay. Some of you guys, okay. Mike, not yet. Okay. And what I'm telling you is like you got to do the basics, not consistency. Is it that you don't want to track because it's going to keep you accountable? I'm curious. Is that why? Not yet. Okay, a couple of you guys. Okay. Just more work. Okay. Don't know how to set it up. Okay, right. Yep. Yeah, when you're in our Next Million Mastermind, we show you how to set that up. Right. And honestly, it could be something really basic. Right. So if you're again, I'm going to use the real estate side, is you could do it on a simple spreadsheet. How many mailings did I do? Right? If it's on the realtor side, I've done 1,000 mailings in Fort Lauderdale. You want to have a separate landing page or phone number to track it. Otherwise, you won't know. Also, it's important because of messaging. Let's say you do another mailing to, probates and you use a different message. How are you going to know which message resonates? Right? So the first part of the KPIs, it's really important, is to track it. Then you might have to say, look, okay, we're setting appointments and we're just not closing them, right? So then that's a different problem. That's a closing problem. And so you literally compartmentalize each portion of your business, right? It might be, Marshall Silver, one of the guys that I'm in his inner circle. We were chatting about something, and he goes, Anish, it sounds like you have a lead problem. And what I mean by that, qualified leads. So you have to dig in there in your business. And as the entrepreneur, you have to do this in the beginning, right? You have to set it up, and then you could have your team set it up, or actually put in the data, I should say. But you have to know what's important, right? So now, again, if we're using, I did $5,000 on marketing and I'm making $20,000, well, why wouldn't you pour more gas on that specific marketing, right? Maybe it's bandit signs, maybe it's TV ads, whatever that is. Yeah, and some of the CRMs may have KPIs on a dashboard. The other thing is you should probably, at a minimum, look at those monthly. Ideally, weekly would be good to look at your KPIs. Super important on the team because it's going to tell you. I see a lot of entrepreneurs like, I'm making money, and they don't know where they're making money from. So that's the things that we teach you at Next Billion Mastermind. When in your hot seats, it's that's the question. I know Monty's one of our mastermind guys. He'll tell you the same stuff. We're going to ask you where you were, what you're doing, and how we could help you. Okay, so and see, does anyone have any questions so far? What I'm saying. Okay, yeah. So yeah, the question I always get is which should I start? Oh, here we go. Which one should I start with first? So for me, good question, George. The one I would start with is vision. You got to start with vision first. Then you could build out your systems and then have the right people. Super important in there, right? Then, as you're doing any marketing, you got to have KPIs. So, vision first, then a system, then the people, and then you're going to have a KPI tracker. Those are the most important things that you got to do. So, some of you guys are already in real estate or investing, and you guys are stuck. You got to go back and work on the vision. And sometimes, like for me, it took me about a half a day on that end of it, right? So it may or may not be that easy on that portion. So one of the things, right? So we have, some of our mastermind people, right? Which I'm going to play a quick little video. These are real people with real breakthroughs.
Hi, my name is Michael Ruiz, and I am with the Robin Hoods of Real Estate. And before I joined the Next Mill Mastermind, I was very confused. If you're like me, I've been in the real estate business for over 40 years, and believe it or not, you would think that after 40 years, I knew what the heck I was doing. Well, no, not everybody does. And it's just got to the point where I needed some direction. So ever since I joined this group of mastermind experts, people that I have been admiring for decades, I am just in shock and honored to be here with the people that have been in the trenches doing everything that we've been wanting to do. These guys know exactly what to do. These guys have been doing it forever and ever. Now, one thing is important that I learned, and I had to come in here with a humble heart and put my ego aside and forget the fact that I've been doing this probably longer than they have, because they have a lot more success than I have. So you learn from people that have the success and people that are doing it. So don't waste time, don't hesitate anymore. Just stop fighting, stop beating yourself up, stop thinking about it so much. Stop thinking, should I or should I not? I'm telling you, you found your home. My hot seat was sizzling. My hot seat was really good, and I came prepared. So I hope that you come prepared with your hot seat and your questions and your thoughts and your challenges, because that's exactly what I did. If you're anything like me, you have so many opportunities, or maybe you have none. And these guys, out of nothing, they can either help you visualize and see where you can find the opportunities, or if you are like me, probably, that you had too many opportunities and you're just all over the place, and you have the shiny object syndrome, or it's not just that they're just shiny, you just have a lot of opportunities. These guys were able to help me without a shadow of a doubt, laser focus, quickly tell me, you're wasting your time with that, and you shine on that, and that's where you have to be, and this is what you have to build. I mean, what can I say? You need that. You need to come on that mastermind. You need to come to that hot seat and let them tell you exactly what you need to do, because they're doing it because they want what's best for you. Literally, you need to come to the next mastermind, Next Mill Mastermind right away. You really do. Come check it out, and you're gonna see the quality of people. And if you see me, come and say hello. Say, hey, Robin Hood. Thanks. Talk to you guys later.
Yeah, so the cool thing about Michael, which we love, is his company's called Robin Hood Investments. He's been in real estate for, gosh, since he was 19 or so. And, he does well, and he's got, a bigger vision. His vision is to really help out homeowners in trouble, hence the name Robin Hood Investments. And, being on that hot seat, what we found, and he'll share this too, is that is the clarity, right? He was a little bit all over the place. His vision wasn't 100% clear. And yeah, exactly what he was saying is that shiny object syndrome, like always chasing. How many guys are out there always chasing after something else? Right. And so when you're in these hot seats, and again, we do this twice a year for 45 minutes, it's a place where we hold you accountable. And what the cool thing is, not only it's the Fab Five of us with experts, it's you guys in the room sharing your expertise, because everything has something to offer, right? So again, Michael Ruiz is one of our founding members. Same thing with uh, this is Michael Johnston, what he had to say too in his own
Hi,
words.
my name's Mike Johnston with Johnston Home Team. And before I joined the Next Millionaire Mastermind, I had my businesses compartmentalized in many different areas. Since joining, I've been able to take those businesses and streamline them and put them in a future course of where I can actually take action and make them work much more efficiently.
Oh, oh, he's actually stuck. Okay.
Was doing the hot seat, which, we all get a little bit nervous about. It's basically just taking everything that you have, talking about it, personal and business, and then getting feedback, which we're all afraid of, but sometimes it's necessary. And in this case, it was great for me. It really helped me align what my next steps are and what directions are to go to be able to turn what my ultimate goal is into residual income, and just put me on a path that's a lot more direction. So thank you guys, I appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to the next several meetings in the future. So thank you guys, thank you for the Fab Five, thank you for the Next Millionaire Mastermind experience.
Yeah, so Michael is actually one of the mentors at BPM RIA. And so him and his wife last year did over $40 million in real estate sales. The year before, they did 40 million also. And as well as he's doing, right, him and his wife, what he realized, his business was not scalable. It doesn't operate without him. Some of you guys may be realtors, right? It's not easy. Going to inspections, dealing with homeowners, it's exhausting. And so for him, one of the things that he wants to work on, right, is that he really wants to have a scalable business. Uh, Not only is he one of our mentors at BPM RIA, he said, Anish, why don't we do a different kind of program, maybe even a national program? So I'm making him go through the exercise of what the vision is, right? So again, it doesn't matter what level you're at, right? You might be really crushing it in your business, and then your personal life is not doing great, right? Or, vice versa. So meaning you got a great personal life and you're not making any money, right? So it's your turn to get unstuck, right? The question is why you, right? So you've seen what's possible inside Next Million Mastermind, right? You're not here by accident. There's a reason you showed up today. The question is, right? If it work, if the question is, isn't it if this works, it's when you're ready to commit, right? How many guys have commitment issues? I know some of you guys do, right? And the momentum starts the moment you apply, right? So the question we always get is why choose Next Million Mastermind, right? We give you the life strategy, right? We're going to show you how to expand your business. We're going to put you on the hot seat, right? So we told, and I always joke about it, is our members, they're always like, what am I going to talk about for 45 minutes? And before you know it, the 45 minutes goes away. It's going to hold you accountable. We do this twice a year, right? You're going to say you're going to do something. There's nothing more challenging than getting in front of your peers and not doing something. And it's high level and it's a no fluff community, right? These are different business owners looking to make a change. One of the things that I like doing at the event also is, and we'll probably do another one of these webinars about life by design. Has anyone actually heard what life by design means? I don't know if you guys have actually heard that concept. And actually, what I'm going to do is, Alexa, if you're going to throw you on camera for a second.
I was just about to say, yes, I know what that means. Be from you.
Yeah. So you know what? Let's just do a little quick exercise on this.
Let's do it. I'm
Um,
ready.
okay. So there's 8 different buckets, right? There's money, there's spirituality, there's health, right? There's fun and recreation. That's the one we always forget about.
Hmm.
Spirit, as I said, community, love and connection with others, your immediate love and connection with family. Which bucket do you want to pick? Do you want to pick health?
Well,
Or what do you want?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Health?
That's what when we went through this last year, that's what I picked was health and fitness or
Okay.
health and wellness. So
Okay. So you
I
guys
feel like I
are
can speak on that.
okay. So at home, we're gonna pick on health. Right. So write it down, take out a piece of paper on there or put in the chat. If you were going to rate 1 out of 10, 10 being the best on health and fitness, where would you say you are with health and fitness? 10 being the best, you're in perfect health. So put in the chat. I'm just kind of curious. So you guys could do the same kind of exercise with me. Okay. I got a couple of people. 6, 7s. Okay. Pretty good. That's not bad. Okay. You be honest. Okay, 6, 8. Okay, go Gina. Good for you.
I'm extra critical on
Yeah.
myself.
So I gave myself a 3 or 4. That's where I was. Right. So I see Alexa, you put what, 7?
Yeah, I would say a 7 right now.
Okay.
And
So what's a 10 look like? Like if we did the
it
same exercise 2 months later.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm on my path. I'm on my path to being a 10 because I got a coach.
Okay.
I got
So
a coach, so
so what would a 10 is it
it's like
like what's the
looking
milestone? Like what like is it
10 would be looking like on the outside how I want to look, as
yep.
well as like feeling on the inside, my goal.
Okay, got it, right? So again, so you guys are doing the same thing, whatever that 10 looks like. And it could be I like using also like like I know your fiance, I could say now, right? He does Ironmans, right? So
Yes.
it could be something like a goal. I want to do a marathon,
Mhm.
I want to do a 5K. I want
Right.
to lose X. I want to whatever, right? I want my skin to
Mhm.
feel this. I want to have
Mhm.
more energy, whatever that looks like. And
Yep.
so for you to say a 10, right?
Yeah.
What
I'll be skiing like at least
okay.
one
Got
black
it.
run.
Yep.
That's a 10 for me.
That's a 10. Yep. What else would on the health and fitness?
Um
Like when you
a
said on the
10 would
inside.
be going like to the gym 6 days a week, probably, or at
Okay.
least 5 days a week consistently. And on the weekends, like having the freedom to do, other things.
Okay, so let's use that one, right? So I'm putting you on the spot. So thanks for sharing it, by the way. Right. So how many times a week are you going to the gym now?
4,
Okay, right. So
at
you're only
least
talking
4.
about, you're only talking about one more, right? Maybe five,
Yeah,
right? Minimum
I'm
five.
getting there
So
step
so
by
here,
step.
so here's the question. Why aren't you doing five? Is it time or money or both?
That's a great question. Because I have multiple gym memberships. So it's like I removed
Okay.
the excuses from my life. I want to say time, prioritization, most
Okay,
likely.
time, right? So how much like what do you like when you work out? Is it like an hour? Like what's the real time that you're at the actual gym?
I do too much. I go an hour and a half because I
Okay.
like to
So 90
incorporate
minutes.
cardio as
Okay.
well.
90 minutes, right? And
Yeah.
then
Hmm.
the gym's probably close to you. What, 15 minutes each way, maybe?
Yeah. Less. Yeah.
2 hours.
Less.
Okay, so two
No, 5
hours.
minutes. Yeah.
Okay, so basically 2 hours,
Hmm.
right? So you're
Yeah.
you're doing it for 4 days, and then you have 3 other days, right? So is it really time? Probably not, right? You could wake up
Hmm.
earlier. Right?
Yep.
I know you
Exactly.
work out in the afternoons and the evenings, right?
Hmm.
The
Yep.
morning on that end of it, right? It could be something simple that maybe that extra fifth day, it's a morning
Yep.
on
Exactly.
that end of it, right? So now you guys are starting to see, like, as you guys are doing this on the webinar, you have to ask yourself, is it time or money? Right?
Yeah.
So really the 2 hours, right? And so one of the things that we do in the Next Level Mastermind, we actually do a time block exercise
It's
where
very
we have you keep
productive.
track for 2 weeks. What do? Where does all your time go? And what I mean by
Yeah.
that, are you scrolling social media? Are you watching Netflix? Are you doing just downtimes? Right. So again, we want to get you to a 10, right? So for me personally, one of the things I wanted to do yoga. And I was like, well, I don't know. I don't really know how to do it. I'm not sure. And then I was like, well, why don't I just get a yoga teacher? Right? Like, if I really want to do it for me to be a 10, why not get a yoga teacher? Is it because it's time or money or both? And then I realized the money wasn't, I had the money, right? For, classes and, for six, $700, I have that money. And then go figure, I live in a high rise, right? And guess what? There's a yoga studio in the building. So literally, I just had to go downstairs. So I had to start building, for me to get to a 10, I just went out and did it. So when you're doing the health and fitness or my favorite one's fun and recreation, it could be, hey, I really wanted to go on this trip. The idea is for you to start dreaming again. As
Yeah.
entrepreneurs or you get older, for whatever reason, this happens to all of us, we all stop dreaming
Yep.
on the end of it, right? So the idea is, right? So now if Alexa was on the hot seat, right? And this was in her accountability, right? Because we want you to work on your business and your personal. They
Hmm.
are interconnected, right? So now the next time she's on that hot seat and she put that on there as one of her goals 5 times a week and she didn't, right? Now we're going to hold you accountable also.
Yeah.
So the key is like being able to do this on different parts of your bucket.
Yep. And guys, like I didn't always have the money for 2 gym memberships. I didn't always have the money for getting a coach. Like it's really the hustle and your commitment in that period that you may not have the money or the time. Like you have to stay true to yourself and just do everything that you can with the resources that you do have. Meaning I was going with to the gym with friends as their free guest. Like you just
Yeah.
have to make it work. You go outside, you go to those gyms with the little outside equipment. Like you just have to do what you can. Like there's people doing push-ups in their house, pull-ups on, a tree or something. Like
Yeah.
you just have to really get creative when you have limited resources is what I
Yeah.
will
And
say.
And the thing is, like, if you don't have the time, that means you need to build a better system. What
Correct.
I'm going to tell you is that
Correct.
if you don't have the time, that means you don't have a system in place for your business as
Yeah.
entrepreneurs, right? Like you need to have that to get back your time. And then a lot of times you'll realize like, oh, I wish I could do this. And it's really not that much money. Like you're thinking,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, like if it's, let's say it's a bucket list place.
Yeah.
You know, for some people, it might be just like going into the mountains, right? Oh, I just want to go skiing one time. And you're like, okay, well, the trip, that trip might cost $2,000 or $3,000, right? Versus something is thinking like, oh, those other people. And so you start building that in. And so Kevin, one of our Next Million Mastermind members, right? He went on a, didn't have the time, wasn't sure about the money. And after the hot seat, he actually went on a trip to Dubai with his wife for a couple of weeks, right? She was happy, he was happy, and he built it in because he's a realtor and said, I don't have the time to go out there, or it's going to cost too much money. And he has rental properties. And then he figured out it's really not that much money. Before you knew it, it was about 20 or 30 people went as a group. So, Jorge, you're right. Like it's the motivation, right? You have to go out there and build that. And so this is the stuff that we do in the Next Million Mastermind is to really get you guys going out there, right? So when you're inside the Next Million Mastermind, you get 12 monthly calls. We have 2 3-day masterminds. So they're down here in South Florida, which is great. You get daily support. That's also included. And you get direct access to the Fab Five, right? So you'll have our cell phone numbers. We're experts on building businesses, whether social media, information technology. We're out there to help you guys really grow your business, right? So, so what you're getting for $119,000 value, you're getting a life strategy and the mastermind access. You're getting the information requirement analysis, that's included. Our private Facebook group is included. Our partner system with Sharia, where you're going to get lead generation steps, the tax deed workshop. Some of the bonuses we're also going to give you is our 2-day quick start for real estate investors at BPM RIA, which I throw that you'll get a free ticket for. You'll also get an online marketing review. That's included also. And then also I'll give you a BPM RIA membership for the $295. So it's $119,000 value that we're giving you. We have a couple bonuses. So for us, it's always important for people to take action. So some of the bonuses we're going to give you is 2 tickets to Marshall Silver's Turning Point, which is about a $6,000 value. And then also a 30-minute success accelerator call. That's a $1,000 value. And then we're also going to give you, Sean's going to do a custom hypnosis audio, the roadblock obliterator, $1,000 value. So basically, for anyone that applies, we're going to throw all that stuff in there too. So, right. So just to recap, you're going to get $127,000 value. The regular investment is 20 grand, but today we're still discounting it. It's only $15,000. And we do have payment plans if you need it too. So again, it's $15,000. We're taking $5,000 off right now. And so what we guarantee results when you do your part, right? You'll get direct access to the Fab Five as you implement your business. You'll receive support until your business has a working vision, systems, people, engine, right? We want you to build that out. If you show up, execute, and ask, we're committed to helping you. And we're a really results-driven community, and we succeed when you do, right? So what you want to do is go ahead and take out your phone, scan. So the $15,000, let's talk about a couple things. First of all, there's no cost to apply, right? And not everyone is accepted. And what we mean by that is you have to get interviewed by 2 of the Fab Five. We have to, just because you have the money, it doesn't mean you'll automatically get in. We're going to ask you questions. We want to make sure you participate, right? You can't just take it all in. You have to give back to the community. We only have a few seats left for our next September mastermind event. And we always say where there's clarity, systems, and that's where real people grow, right? So you're going to go ahead and take that out. You're and apply is what I'm going to tell you. I know one person actually whoever applies, they're actually going to get a $2,000 discount or bonus, right? For the 13,000 for them. And again,
Yes.
you do have to apply today to get the other bonuses, the Marshall Silver
Yes.
tickets, the hypnosis, and the 30-minute accelerator call too. So who
Yes.
is
So
our lucky person?
we have $2,000 off raffle winner going to Lawanda.
Oh, nice.
Woo-hoo.
Lawanda, Lawanda.
Congratulations.
Yeah, so
I know
Lawanda,
we have a lot of people from our quick start couple weekends or 2 weekends ago that are in here. So congratulations to you guys for being here and jumping in the call, but also to Lawanda for winning the discounted
yep,
price.
absolutely. So yeah, and so as I said, our big thing in the mastermind group is transforming lives. And one of the cool things that's also happened, I'm thinking about Cynthia, who joined our mastermind. She's in syndication. She has over $30 million of assets under management. And for her, she likes syndication. She likes multi family, and her passion is teaching. And so one of the things that she talked about it during her initial call that she wanted to come out with a coaching program. And guess what? We held her accountable. She actually, if you guys were ever at our Super Saturday event down at Miami Shores Country Club, she actually rolled out her multifamily course. She's actually spoken at TRIA. We've done webinars. We'll have her back again. And now she's on her way creating a course and teaching and making an impact. So the question becomes, when's it going to be your turn? And it's your
Yep.
turn now. So as we're filling up the groups, our groups are small. We keep each group around, I'd say probably 14 to 18 people. So again, you gotta actually apply, you gotta get approved, and then you'll be part of our
And
group. So
get in before September. You must get in before September so that you can participate in our bi-yearly. How does that
yep, biannually.
biannual? Like, what's the word again? Biannual member event. So be sure to apply today. Doesn't mean you're going to get called today, you guys. Guys will schedule the call with one of our founders, but be sure to apply today so that you get those extra bonuses that Anish threw in for y'all. And we will get in touch with you. You'll get a call with a founder and definitely need to get locked in before September so you can have the hot seat experience that is just absolutely phenomenal and much needed for all you business owners. So,
Yeah,
yay.
I just love that, the group, they're actually working together. I'm thinking like Ali, he's flipping cars, created a course, and Sean's helping him create that course on flipping cars. Some of the members are actually doing deals together on the real estate side. So again, it's a group that is very driven, and you get to lay it all on the line out there too. So again,
Absolutely.
I just want to thank you guys for being on today. I hope you guys had a great Memorial weekend, and we'll see you soon for our next event.
Thank you guys. Go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel. You will find the replay for this webinar on there. So it's youtube.com/at next mill with two L's mastermind. So this replay, you guys can review it by tomorrow. I'm sure it'll be up by tonight. So please share this with somebody who needs it. Please get in the private Facebook group so you can start collaborating with our active members. They're all in there. But this is for you guys. This is our private group for you guys to get in and start experiencing what it's like being in this environment with people who want more. Like, bottom line, these people want more. We want them to get everything they want in life. They have value to provide the community, and we're here to support that. So if you are having that on your heart, please go apply today on the website, nextmillmastermind.com. I'm going to put that link in the chat right now. So
Yep.
go apply. We want to hear from you. We want to get connected with you guys, and we will see you at the next event. We'll have more webinars and workshops for you guys on the website. So get
Yeah. You know
plugged
what?
in.
I
Yeah.
want them to do is when they join that Facebook group, I want
Mhm.
you to go out there. The first step, put your vision in there.
Yes. Guys,
Put your
please.
vision in there.
Put your vision in there. Once you claim it, like there's no
Yep.
stopping you guys. So please go in there, claim it. We want to hear from you and don't be shy. Like that is a private Facebook group for you guys. That's what it's there for. So
Yep.
we're looking
Thank you
forward to seeing you
guys.
guys.
Have a
Have a
great
great
day.
rest of the day. Bye-bye,
Bye.
guys.
Bye.